What's up, Moto buddies? Mike here from Tacobout Co. We're out in, where the hell are we? Moab, Utah. This is the Dusty Lizard Moab. We've been here 2 days. This is day 2, Saturday. And as you can see, well, actually right now you can't see anything because all of the hot mess just left. So every morning, especially on day 2, we're just slammed over here because there's guys who have crashed the day before, guys and gals who are out riding hard, hitting it, sending it, going full send. They've got all kinds of bike problems, issues. And so this morning we just had a big rush of people that needed to have tweaks and repairs and adjustments. So that's all done. They're out. All the kids are out riding now. Now it's just real quiet here. Moscow's got their whole road show. This is like their full setup. It's pretty cool. Other guys with other parts are here. Not so much selling. This event, the Dusty Lizard events, aren't like a hawk fest. So sometimes you go to a show or an event and it's a lot about like the vendors putting it out there, trying to sell stuff, trying to move stuff. This is a very different feel from that. Yes, there are vendors here. Yes, they have stuff for sale, but nobody's, it's not about like commercializing the event. It just happens to be that there's some vendors here. Talk to them if you want, don't talk to them. We talk about it. What we do is we set up kind of a repair tent and people are bringing in their bikes and we're making repairs and adjustments like I just described. 2 days of riding in Moab, Utah. There's another one coming up in Colorado and then there'll be one later in the year in Idaho. And all of these are very worthwhile. If you ride any type of bike, we have some people out here on little TWs, Yamaha TWs. We got guys out here on big bikes, big GSs, everything in between, 2 strokes, 4 strokes. You don't have to have a license plate to come to these events. It does help because you might need to go into town and get some gas. You might want to go to Arby's. You probably should have a plate, but you don't need it. So these aren't like plate mandatory events. And you don't have to have Moscow bags or Tacomoto parts or any of the other stuff. Just come with your bike. You'll have a great time. That's my feeling about it. Go out, get some adventure.
Drill hole right here, about almost finger size. Drill it in there and get a bigger screwdriver and we'll stick it in, and then you take the screwdriver and then you smash it with this guy to force it out. Because what's happening is the spark arrestor thing is in here and it's got this welded piece on it. And what it's doing is it's catching on the big pipe that's inside.
Right. I'll put it on upside down so they can read it.
This is painful.
There we go.
He was texting this morning.
He
wants to go do that.
Wow. Everybody take a turn.
Good job, Trev. Okay.
Said we're flashing the stock file now. Once this is done, we'll put our tune on it. Yeah, we just finished the end cap. That's what we did there. We will flash the stock tune for a slip-on exhaust.
Especially right off throttle.
And let her rip.
Well, I don't think the viewers want to see a little snot-nosed brat working on a bike.
We're all snot-nosed.
Okay, we are. Deep down inside, we're all little kids playing with our toys here. This is a new to me 350, and this morning we did the little taco sauce package, which is new end cap. The reeds came out, and it's going to get the taco reflash. Very excited about that. Reflashing the stock, yeah. So this thing is done, and it looks great. Yeah.
You're Jesse,
yeah.
one last one.
Yeah, a little lower. Yeah, that's me.
My name's Robert. I'm with Tacomoto. I'm the build shop manager, and I handle some of their operations as well. I'm currently riding the 17 Husky FE 350, all decked out. Yeah, wrenching on bikes. If you need me to install something on your bike, as long as it's a single cylinder, no adventure bike stuff, just single cylinder, 500 below, I got you covered.
Yeah, I'm Andrew here at the Dusty Lizard in Moab, Utah. I'm Australian. I live in BC, Canada. Me and my friend Nicholas, we drove down from Canada. It took a day and a half, and riding a KTM 350 EXCF. I built that thing up completely based on Mike from Tacomoto's advice on all of his build videos. So decked that thing out, and we've been trying to hit as many of the single track sort of harder stuff as we can. The red trails that we've been given and then I think blue is the second hardest. So we've been trying to do most of those, and it's just been awesome. This is a really good event. We're really enjoying ourselves.
My name's Chad. I'm with Upshift Online, and I'm out here with a KTM 300.
Yeah. Where you at?
Moto Dusty Lizard, of course.
Moab.
You can't tell with the dust? Yeah. Moab, that way, all around. Come out and ride dirt bikes. That's what you want to do.
Thanks. Oh, there you go. Oh, and I got that.
Yeah, I got a new, it's a 25 450 XCF. The nice thing about that is it has a 6 gear now. So you got all the power in the motor, and you add a 6 gear. Added our rally kit tower on here. And yeah, having fun here at the Dusty Lizard in Moab, Utah. And I am moto-minded, sorry. Chris is moto-minded.
Hey, it's Kurt from Black Duck Cycle Works. We're here at the Dusty Lizard in Moab 2025. Beautiful weather here and another great turnout. And, great to see all our friends and customers here. Recently I've been on the 2024 Pan America, Harley Pan America, and definitely impressed with this bike. It does amazingly well off-road, which was a little bit of a surprise to me. So I did some really gnarly stuff down in Baja, and it's a really impressive bike. So if you haven't ridden one, give it a try. We've got our skid plates and foot pegs for it, a couple different rear racks, radiator guards, and it definitely needs some extra protection on the bottom. So all our stuff is well tested and Baja approved for sure.
So this is the new 2025 CF Moto Ibex 450 here at the Dusty Lizard in Moab, Utah.
You've never done that before, right?
We've got it outfitted with some Moscow Moto products, head to toe, tail to
Tire to tire. So which bike is a guy gonna sell to replace with this?
Ooh, replacing bikes now.
Is this like a Tenere guy who wants to lighten down? Is this a EXC guy who wants to do some highway?
I'd rather be honest than talk out of my butt. Like, I'm kind of learning the adventure world and the gap between the full-on hardcore heavy bikes and then the smaller bikes. So that's why I guess people are calling this a unicorn, because it does fit right in the middle. I don't think maybe somebody that's into EXCs and wants to step up, like a dual sport guy that wants to step up to adventure might be a little more comfortable doing this.
Okay.
Not be, I don't know, straight to 1200 or something that's super heavy.
He wants to have the lightest 100-mile-an-hour highway bike possible.
It's like, you mean business, but you like to party.
So, if you have an aftermarket exhaust on here, is there anything special about the tuning for this?
Nope, she bolted right on. Slipped right on, I believe is the terminology there. And that Yoshi pipe sounds good. It definitely rips.
Is this engine in any other bike, either by CF or any other manufacturer?
This is used in their 450 SS, like street bike. Their sport street bike runs that engine, and I'm sure there's some changes made for the Ibex, but pretty proven engine already. That's one of their top selling in that segment, so it's tough.
So I'm Ron from Our Enduro. We launched the company about 2.5 years ago. This is Katie, my wife, the brain of the system. And what we started with is the Easy Clutch. It's a product that we started just from being out there and riding and having some difficulties in technical terrain. And then we started to do other levers and more products. All of those products are available in our website. We have folding levers in different lengths and colors. We have the perch protection, so if you crash you won't break your perch. We have here a throttle housing with a bearing. Has a bearing inside, and we are coming with different cams for that. We have the lug guards. This is the famous Easy Clutch that comes in that case with all the hardware, folding lever, and a brace to just make it strong on the handlebar. And then we have here our all aluminum disc guard. So it covers the entire disc guard, including the caliper. We're coming with more products. We have a rear disc guard that is coming soon, and a couple of other things we can't discuss yet. Sure. Our Enduro, yeah, it starts with the R&D and then our Enduro.
So most of the Tacomoto crew went out and we rode the White Rim Trail. It's like 100 miles of 2-track that follows along the rim of the canyons in Utah. Pretty awesome, pretty scenic. It's not anything technical. It's not too technical, really. Even for big bikes, I don't think it's too technical. It's just 2-track. There's like maybe 2 hill climbs on it. One of them was a little loose, but that was probably the most difficult part of it, but Not really anything crazy. It's just 100 miles and it's out in the backcountry, so you don't want to be getting flats or anything like that. You're going to have trouble getting out of there, right? That's something that most of us Tacomoto staff wanted to do, so that's one of our main rides that we did at the Dusty Lizard in Moab. And then Tacomoto also did like a shop class seminar on tires, tubes, mousses, all these exotic infills, right? Everything that you want to know about tires on your dirt bikes. It's kind of standard practice for Tacomoto to be doing seminars of some sort at these Dusty Lizards. It's a good opportunity to get a lot of education on certain subjects for that. We also had Andy from Hard Enduro do a demonstration on installing and basically removing a tire and installing a mousse. And then a bunch of tips and tricks on installing a mousse and tires with a Rabiconda. The link's in the description for both of those videos. You want to check them out.
I'm Pete with Moscow Moto, and up here we're on Harra Pass. We're at the Ruby Moto snacks and drinks, so everybody rides here via whatever different route they came, and we're all just hanging out, enjoying the view, and getting ready to do some more riding.
Hi. You look familiar.
I am not.
I didn't think so.
It's a lie. I'm a taco friend, Andrew, riding the Africa Twin and just having a blast out here.
My name's Andy with Heavy Enduro. I ride a pretty heavily modified Tenere 700, and we like to really basically take adventure bikes to places where you're doing hard enduro and enduro, places adventure bikes shouldn't go. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, I'm Susan Sia with Heavy Enduro, and I'm on a Cove 800X Rally. Just picked it up last month. I don't know what I'm doing, but the bike has been phenomenal. We rode Cane Creek today, and the bike did everything. So pretty happy with it. Unbelievable suspension, so light. I ride dirt bikes usually, and then I thought I would get a big bike. Picked up a Ducati Desert X. The Desert X was phenomenal. This beats it. So, it's a big bike, yeah. So yeah, it got through stuff like really rocky chop, and then all the creek crossings, and pretty gnarly like skid plate bashers as far as big rocky downhills, and the bike handled it just fine. I survived, so pretty happy. Got a big dent in the stock exhaust, so swapped that out. Lost 10 pounds. Nice. The stock exhaust was 12 pounds. This is 2. This is a nice, I think, AliExpress special, possibly. Swapped out the crash bars. It comes stock with crash bars that are pretty decent, but I had a hard hit, so got a custom fairing, and then got beefier crash bars. And then other than that, just levers and the Cycra handguards. And of course, the Moscow net bag. It has no tools in it, only snacks. Yeah, but that's about all that's been done to it. It's even the stock suspension, which usually I have to go at least 2 spring rates down on a bike, because I'm not quite 160, 170 pounds, just shy of it, So even on the stock springs, the suspension actually actuates, and it's been great.
Huge thanks to Area BFE and Rob that's floating around here. This venue is amazing. Thanks for having us. We're going to keep coming back. One of the coolest places we've ever been.
The idea for the Dusty Lizard is less of a series of events, but more of a traveling community. So what I'd really like to see is the same people coming back. So if you're out on a solo moto trip, you know you can show up at a Dusty Lizard and you're going to run into some familiar faces and some friends you've ridden with before and have kind of an instant community. But it's not a community that's anchored in one specific geographic place. It's a community that travels, and pops up in really interesting riding locations and gives you a reason to go there and explore it and have some routes and hang out with friends. The social part of the Dusty Lizard is as important as the riding part. I feel like these events are part riding and part social. And so that's something very unique. I think we of course do a lot of events as a company, and I see a lot of focus on the riding and a lot of focus on the vending,
but not so much focus on the community and creating a space where people sort of bump into each other and meet and connect and then go riding. And so we've really tried to foster that with the Dusty Lizard Lounge and the drinks and the food and stuff like that. So that's kind of my vision for it, is that it's a traveling community that pops up in really epic riding locations where you can make new friends and then reconnect with them at the next one. So this has been an amazing success from my perspective. Moab has become kind of our flagship event, but we have Ouray coming up in August, and then in September we're doing one just outside of Stanley, Idaho, and Clayton. So anybody that's interested in joining us, come on out and do it. And thanks for coming to Moab. It's been a blast.